That means is that U.S. manufacturers are more productive, but foreign labor. And this is one of the key structural changes that we're looking at in the economy right now. A lot of people who had worked for doing manufacturing jobs are looking at the economy now in terms of where the growth in the economy is. And it's those kinds of areas that will to contribute to today's economy. Forums for Justice sends us this.
I am unemployed, and I only have interviews, none of them resulted in a job. Now perhaps I'm a little bit an unusual. I hold an MBA with a major in healthcare administration, but also I am a foreign physician with no practice. People who are viewing my resume are an issue with my age. Do the second is perhaps my writing skills. When I was 30 years old, and this is when I learned English. But on the top of that, also the book, I worked in the healthcare industry most of my life, and I'm not sure that my skills are going to erode or improve in any way. Actually, what I see is that many don't jobs and are having easier time to find this job.
James Cooper, your thoughts about the prospects for VIO. How much does this age person, the fact that he's 56? Well, I think there's an interesting statistic from the Labor Department. I mean, I had mentioned a while ago that labor force participation rate has fallen dramatically, but the only area that it has not fallen and it has actually remained high is in the 55 and above age bracket. People in it's any these are the most highly skilled, the most experienced, and also people who maybe have seen their 401ks diminish over the past 2 or 3 years. Skills to work and remaining in the labor force. In terms of the cars situation, I believe that again, a strong economy people like the caller in Raleigh would easily find work in a.
Rochelle in Brooklyn, New York, you're on the Washington Journal with James Cooper of the Fiscal.
Good morning, Mr. Cooper. Good morning. I've called these fans several times in the last 2 years. I am calling to offer some ideas. I heard a couple of callers earlier refer to how this program would be paid for, the jobs program that includes the extension of the unemployment benefits. There is lots of work to be done in this country, as President Obama. Jobs. And there is lots of
Look at this dude's lips.
expertise out there, trained, skilled people that can come into the community and start apprenticeship programs, make it easier to teach without needing degrees, because people have expertise and skills that they don't have degrees. They can come into communities and start to train young people, middle-aged adults like myself. I'm the over 50 age, and I've been unemployed for more than 99 weeks. I'm one of those 99ers that keeps getting shuffled around up there in Congress, and people walking out and going home on vacations, and we're sitting out here trying to figure out how to put food on the table. So it's getting ridiculous now. There is lots of things that can be done, and I think it could be included in President Obama's bill to incentivize people without degrees and make it easier for them to teach within the community, especially inner cities where we're hurting the most.
Rochelle in Brooklyn, New York, James Cooper, your response.
Well, I believe I agree with you. There are many things that Congress could do in terms of providing stimulus for the economy, boosting demand for goods and services. She mentioned infrastructure spending. I think part of that was part of the $447 billion Obama jobs bill. There were other stimulus provisions in that bill. I think the only potential problem with infrastructure spending is that it takes a long time to get those kinds of programs going. So the impact on income growth and spending is not immediate. But I agree. I mean, there are many things that Congress can do. The question is simply coming down to economics triumphing over philosophy.
Our last call for James Cooper of the Fiscal Times comes from Colorado City, Colorado. Pat, you're on the Washington Journal.
Good morning. My concern is showed earlier this morning that was on Fox, and the statement that he made that here. And another point that I wanted to make, ask him, and had told him that this is paid for. So why are they fighting this man? It is paid for, and he keeps telling them this. So I am a concerned grandmother. That's who I am for the future kids.
We'll leave it there. James Cooper, go ahead.
Well, there is a proposed method to pay for the program. The program really isn't paid for yet, and that's really what the battle in Congress is about. Just sort of by making that we can argue in a healthy debate over the size and influence of government. Budget package. We've been
to the Fiscal Times, and if you want to read more of what he's been writing about, you can go to their website, thefiscaltimes.com. Thank you very much for being on the Washington Journal.
Thank you for being on Repti Watch.